Most gym owners don't fail because they can't get leads. They fail because they run out of cash. And in this video, I'll show you how to flip cash flow instantly so you can spend more on ads, sign up more clients, and finally grow without stressing about your bank balance every single Monday. So let's start by talking about why you need to collect cash upfront. Most gyms, and all businesses for that matter, run into a cash flow constraint, meaning they can't spend as much on marketing as they need to grow. Usually a gym owner will have, they'll say I can spend $1,000 or $1,500 on marketing, but that's because they're thinking of their marketing budget as a liability, as an expense, not as an asset that grows their gym. So let's say, for example, that it costs you $200 to acquire a client. And this would be a good number, by the way. This is pretty like middle of the road average. And let's say that your goal is to sign up 20 new members per month. Then that means that you're going to have to spend $4,000 on your ads to get those 20 members, because it costs you $200 times the 20 new members that you want to get means you're going to spend $4,000 on your ads. The problem is that until you're a very profitable gym, you can't afford to spend $4,000 on your ads. But a first example that I want to take you through, let's say you do muster up the ability to spend $4,000 on your ads. But I'm going to show you what happens when you don't collect enough cash upfront. So let's say that you charge $150 per month for your membership and you hit your goal of signing up 20 new members. Great, you think you're doing awesome. So you hit your goal, 20 people paid you $150, you made $3,000 in month one from those 20 people. So in total, you collect $3,000 in the month from those 20 new members, but you spent $4,000 on your ads, which actually means that you lost $100 or $1,000 acquiring these new clients. So on one hand, you think, great, I hit my goal, I'm growing, but you run into a cash flow constraint because you actually lost $1,000 doing it. And then next month, you are now in a hole because of that $1,000. So what's the solution? You collect enough money upfront from your new sales to now become cash flow positive. So let's say you're signing up 5 people every week. So you hit that 20 members over the month. Let's say that 1 out of every 5 people, they pay you upfront for a 12-week transformation. That's what I like to teach inside my Elite Gym Systems, is that we put people initially into a 12-week transformation program. So let's say that 1 out of every 5 people pay you in full for that 12-week program. Let's say it's $480 in value. Let's work through the math. So now, of those 20 new members that you signed up, 15 of them, they're just paying you month to month. So they're paying you $150. But those other 5 people, they paid you $480 upfront. Now what happens is you collected $4,650. So now you've signed up 20 new members and you were cash flow positive $650. So you hit your goal of signing up 20 new members, which is going to grow your EFT. You remember, you spent $4,000 on your ads, but you've covered that in what you've collected upfront, and you're left with $650. So now, as you go into next month, you already know that your marketing budget is covered because you made over $4,000, so you can spend that again, so you can get 20 more new members, plus you made $650. And this, my friends, is the game, and this is how you grow consistently month over month over month and collect enough cash to continue to do it till you get to the point where you are massively profitable within your gym. Now let's walk through how to collect this upfront cash. As the example that we worked through, one option is you sell as many of the 12-week transformation programs in full as possible. Now in your gym, you might run 6-week, 8-week, 10-week, 12 weeks. You might do something different on the front end, but the point being, collect as much money upfront as possible, because the goal is to make sure that you can cover your ad spend. Now, another option is that you could sell 1 to 2 12-month prepaid memberships. Now, what I like to teach with the gym owners that I work with is the goal is to hit at minimum 2 per month of these 12-week prepaid memberships. What we like to do is start out with the offer of buy 10 months and get 2 free. Now, sometimes gym owners out of the gates, as they're working on their sales skills and they're getting going with these new systems, sometimes they're not able to sell 2 at buy 10, get 2 free. So what do? You just make it a little sexier. Now, I'm not a big believer in discounts. I don't like discounting your service and your program. But in this circumstance, we want to make sure that we're collecting enough cash upfront to cover our ad spend. So maybe you need to make it a little bit sexier. Buy 8 months, get 4 free. Yes, you won't collect as much cash upfront as maybe buy 10, get 2 free, but you're still going to collect a good amount of cash. And then as you get better, what you can do is go back up. Now, again, if you're not hitting your goal of signing up 2, you can make it even sexier. Buy 6, get 6. Then once you're hitting your goal, then you can move back up this ladder to a consistent point of buy 10, get 2. Now, how you get there doesn't really matter. Your goal each month is going to be to collect enough cash from your 12-week transformations or your 8-week transformations, getting enough people to pay that in full, and selling enough 12-month prepaid packages to at least cover your ad spend. This should be the thing that you tattoo in your brain every single month. Every single month, your goal is to collect enough cash upfront. It doesn't matter how you do it, but you need to collect enough cash upfront to at least cover your ad spend. Now, I want to walk you through how do you determine how much cash you need to collect every single month. So let's walk through an example. Number one is you first need to calculate your cost to acquire a client. For example, $200. Now, the easiest way to calculate this is look back over the last months and find out. I like to do the longer the time horizon, the more accurate this is going to be. So what you could do is look back over the last 6 months. What did you spend on your marketing over the last 6 months? I'm going to pick a really easy example, which isn't going to be realistic, or I sure hope you wouldn't spend this little. But let's say over the last 6 months, you spent $2,000. Hopefully that number is more like $10,000. But just for my simple brain, I'm going to say you spent $2,000 on your ads. And over that period of time, you signed up 10 new members. So your cost to acquire a client is $2,000, what you spent on your ads, divided by however many members you signed up, 10, that equals $200. So your cost to acquire a client is $200. Now, again, your number should be a lot bigger than that. Hopefully your ad spend is $10,000, $12,000, and over 6 months, maybe you've signed up 60 or 80 or 100 new members. But at the end of the day, the way you do it, how much did you spend on your ads divided by how many members you signed up? That's going to give you your CAC, okay? Next, what you need to do is calculate your N5 target. Now, what the N5 target is, this is a system that I use with my gym owners to determine that you are guaranteed to net at least 5 new members every single month. And how you calculate this is you just look back over the last month and determine how many members you lost. Let's say, for example, that last month you lost 10 new members in your gym. The goal is to net at least 5 new members every single month. So therefore, you need to sign up 15 new members. Now, in this example, let's say it's 16. Let's say you look back last month and you lost 11 members. That means this month, your goal is to sign up 16 new members, because if you sign up 16 new members, you will replace the 11 that you lost, plus you're going to add 5 more. And this is how you grow consistently month over month over month. Now, what you need to do is multiply your CAC by that number. So you already determined that your cost to acquire the client is $200 and your goal is 16 new clients. So this month, you're going to need to spend $3,200 on your ads. That's what's required. That's mistake number one that I see gym owners make, is they're just simply not spending enough in order to hit the numbers that they need. They might be spending half of this and thinking that if I spend $1,500, I'm going to grow. You're not. You're going to get about half of these clients. It's just simple math. So now that you know that next month you're going to spend $3,200 on your ads, and if you do that, you should get 16 new members because you already determined that your cost to acquire a client is $200. So your goal that month is to collect at least $3,200 in cash upfront, because remember, every single month you want to collect enough cash upfront to at least cover your ad spend. How you do this does not matter. For example, in the example above, I said, let's say your 12-week transformation program was $480. That means you could get 7 people that you sign up to pay you your 12-week transformations in full. That's an option. Another option is that you could get 4 people to pay you the 12-week transformation in full, plus you sell one 12-month prepaid package. That could get you to your number. Or maybe you sell no 12-week transformations in full, but you sell 2 12-month prepaid packages. It doesn't matter what you do. The point is that you collect enough cash upfront to at least cover your ad spend. You can't just rely on the monthly payments from the new members you sign up, because it usually will not produce enough cash to cover your ad spend, and therefore you run into a cash flow constraint. Now, you can come up with any variations that you like to hit that target. What is important is that you collect enough to hit that target. And if you do this every single month, you're going to be spending enough on your ads in order to grow and net at least 5 members so that you're growing month over month over month. And B, you're collecting enough cash upfront that you can cover that ad spend so that the next month you can do it again. And you can see that now when you cover your ad spend, you can spend enough, you grow by at least 5 new members every month. And a year down the road, you've netted 50 new members, your EFT has gone up $10, $15, $20,000, and you're a massively profitable gym. It's simple. You just need the systems to be able to do the work. I have a free community for gym owners who are looking to install the systems into their gym so that they can be signing up 20 new members every single month. If you want to join, it's free. The link's in the description.